4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ranchin here, bringing you all another stock of commentary. Been a while since I've done this, but now I'm going to bring you Group 10 of the MST, that is the MSL Survivor Tournament. First game up, it's going to be between JangBi and Pusan. We're going to have JangBi at the lower right-hand position as the red toss, that means the upper right-hand position. At 1 o'clock, we're going to have orange protoss, Pusan. We're going to have the second set after this played between Mind and Hiva, or Hiva. So overall, pretty stacked group, pretty A-class players, all of them, I believe. Mind kind of having a resurgence lately. Hiva always been a solid guy since last season for Istro. JangBi, I would definitely say used to be S-class, but kind of fallen off the wagon lately, not really playing up to his potential. Been playing kind of bad, actually. Not managing to get himself into the OSL, despite, I think, for the first time ever, getting himself to the round of 16 in that tournament. Not been playing very well in Pro League at all. And Pusan is one of those guys for NBC Game Hero that just plays solidly at very specific times. It's like he starts off last season, he started off, I think, in the first and second round both. He played up very well in the Pro League. After that, he kind of petered out. JangBi gonna start a very early probe, so he might be doing something funky. And this is on Byzantium 3. This is the 4th MSL season in a row they're using Byzantium as a map. Byzantium, whatever. So it's very, very funky to see this first gateway just coming up right now. JangBi just apparently sending out very early probe, just going to play standard on the other side, just very early probe, going to put down his own gateway, not going to do anything funky at all. Just going to try to get positioning on Pusan very quickly. But sending his probe in the wrong direction, so it is going to take him a while to find that. Pusan, meanwhile, just not sending out the early scout, going to focus on economics to start off. A little bit more, that is, before he sends out the scout. I'm not expecting anything cheesy, really. Quick gas coming in from Pusan, though. Oh, actually, not really, just standard gas from both players. So I'm pretty much expecting a standard play here. I'm also looking forward to see where this goes, because we kind of had lately, well, back in the day, especially in the Club Day MSL, where tosses ruled the jungle, you saw the standard PvP where you had the Reavers, you had the Dragoons, and there we go. But it's kind of evolved into a slightly different game lately, where players tend to go a lot more heavy on, tend to go more Archon heavy, more High Templar heavy, just a larger ground army overall. Go also a lot heavier on the Zealots rather than the Dragoons. Pusan going for, let's see there, that was a gateway, core gateway, so he's going for two gateway build. Going to get a lot of Dragoons out pretty quickly. With JangBi, the opposite side, I don't even see a cybernetic from him, so he's apparently thinking of a quick expansion. Does have one Zealot out to block his ramp. This is, of course, the map with inverted ramp. You have your main on the low ground and your natural expansion on the high ground. This is a Terran heaven, as I call it. You can pretty much take and hold positioning, get your mineral only going on the high ground. Later on, take and hold your third gas, your fourth base and third gas. Second game, we're just now coming up, and Cybernetic Core is spinning while JangBi's actually spotting this out. Pusan's not going to cancel, not going to do anything funky at all. JangBi just now getting his second gateway up, apparently very quick delay. He did get a second pylon out a lot sooner than Pusan did. Pusan still only sitting one pylon, so JangBi did get a second pylon, so really focusing on getting some economy going. First Laguna out for Pusan, so he's going to attempt to take that scout out and actually pylon positioning there from Pusan just to make sure that pylon couldn't run couldn't run circles around the Dragoon. And range has actually been cancelled. Pusan canceling range, I think, he let JangBi think that he's going to do that, and actually put in on Citadel of Adun. Now on the opposite side, JangBi's doing actually the exact same thing, also put on Citadel of Adun. So only difference is that JangBi thinks he's doing a fake out. On the opposite side, Pusan actually is doing the fake out. JangBi's expecting 2-gate ranged goon, very goon heavy, and possible Reaver tech. And he only has a couple of Zealots now protecting himself against these forward advancing Dragoons. They're slowly advancing on his position. JangBi's meanwhile going to attempt to possibly go for DTs. I think that is Temple Archives morphing in just now. I mean, okay, never mind. This is Citadel, so we're going to see what now gets his Temple Archives up. Yeah, Temple Archives right now, so we are indeed going to see some DTs apparently coming down for both sides. Only I think JangBi is going to be tricked by this a lot more. He is expecting Dragoons. The 2 Dragoons are. 3rd Dragoon now on the way. I believe there's a 4th somewhere out there as well. So they're just going to push down and force JangBi to think that that he's just going to be expecting heavy Dragoon pressure. He does have his first 2 Dragoons out. Pusan trying to get a probe inside of JangBi's base, but not quite managing to get the scout in. So he doesn't really know what JangBi's up to himself. He just has to trust on the troops on the ground. He does see the Zealots, so he knows that JangBi apparently at least sacrificed some tech early on to get those Zealots out. And now he has 4 Dragoons barreling down. And JangBi is going to be expecting range to kick any moment. I think as soon as he sees there's no range. But Pusan actually moving in very close to his Dragoons. Never mind, not showing JangBi does not have range. Those Zealots are going to try to block those Dragoons off. Another Dragoon coming in for JangBi right now. And is going to manage to trap 1 Dragoon of Pusan's just before he manages to retreat. JangBi does have more forces on the ground. Despite getting his gateway out later, Pusan was forced to focus on tech very quickly. At the same time, I think JangBi actually should be knowing of this at this point, knowing that where the heck there should have been 6 or more Dragoons attempting to bust down his ramp, or instead there were only 4. But the Dark Templars are now out for Pusan. He does have them very quickly out in the field. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing JangBi's out in the field very soon as well. Pusan actually putting down his next expansion. 2 Dark Templars coming in the opposite as well. And I'm not seeing any observers anywhere. No robotics facilities on any side. So it's going to come down to who spots who's sooner. I think there was a Dark Templar there. Those Dark Templar, I believe, were now spotted. Dark Templars even walk past each other, so now we're going to see who puts down what. Are there going to be forges to try to get those cannons up quickly to get a spot? Yeah, there isn't going to be a forge from JangBi, and just another gateway positioning. Try to put some decent SimCity up. Pusan that is trying to block off. Oh man, the DTs can't get through because the Templar are blocking the ramp. Meanwhile, now JangBi is actually going to push this, going to push the natural expansion. The next is definitely going to be in a lot of jeopardy. Dark Templar alongside Zealots and Dragoons pushing down. While Pusan, actually the opposite, can't do anything because JangBi has smartly blocked his ramp with his Dark Templar. Now he's actually penetrating any position that Pusan has. Pusan losing all of his forces on the ground. His forge not anywhere on the way to robotics facility. He can't get that. Forge is maybe halfway there, not even halfway there, so his cannons are going to be very late. Meanwhile, he can't get any position done. Can't get his own Dark Templar right inside of JangBi's base. Actually going to morph them into an Archon and get them killed as soon as he does that, and he GG. So that there was just a weird, funky desperation move that made no sense. But overall, that you go. Just beautiful awareness by JangBi there to spot what Pusan was doing just as that happened. If Pusan had managed to sneak his Zealots past, or at least blocked off JangBi's Zealots, done something, would have been able to do something with his Dark Templar. But JangBi with heads-up play and also having a larger army, even if he just managed to bust down as soon as Dark Templar were inside of Pusan's base. He had an army to back that one single Dark Templar up, and that would have been GG no matter what you're going to say. So Pusan's going to move on to the losers match. I'm actually rooting a lot for this guy. He's been on a tear lately. Went 12-0 in prelims for both tournaments, so I really hope he does well in the losers match. So we're going to have Mind and Hiva coming up next for you guys. GG guys, ranging out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed.